All right, we'll give it a shot, man. All right.
Shannon's back.
Okay. Did we get in the topic of today's show? The next 5 minutes will change your life. Okay. All right. Well, good morning. Welcome to the show. We always start the show with 60 seconds of gratitude, so I'll go around real quick and just touch base. Josh, Noah, Travis, what are some things y'all are grateful for this morning?
Great health.
Great health.
I'm grateful to have you back here.
Grateful to have me back. Well, thank you, Josh. It's very nice. That means you have absolutely nothing else to be grateful for this morning. So you're digging at the bottom of the barrel. I like it, baby. I like it. Noah, just another day making it happen?
Yeah, I'm grateful for some great friends that have great connections to make stuff happen.
Oh, man, that's fantastic. Yeah, you're talking about in business and life? Both? Yeah. I heard somebody say not too long ago that you can't outwork somebody else's better network.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. So it's important, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good to have those people. Okay, so today's show, I'm not going to be watching the comments and all of those things. I'm not really very well versed in those things. But what I do want to do is I want to take everybody today through a quick exercise. And the purpose of the exercise is to give you an opportunity to bring yourself into the present moment and to give yourself an opportunity to sort of reframe some of the things that happen in your life, some of the things that you want to do as a reaction to different things that are happening in your life. There are a lot of things that have been going on in the world these days, from market changes to politics to all of these different things. And so it can be a real challenge sometimes just in the busyness of daily life to think about a present moment practice or to get still enough to have an opportunity to get into the present moment. And so nothing I say here is new. I have either heard it, I've borrowed it, it's on a loop when I'm running, or it's in the car, something along those lines. So to whomever it is that is responsible for all of these great thoughts and this wisdom, I'll go ahead and give them the credit. If I happen to forget someone that I say something about or borrow a line from, then I'll apologize now. But I have no original thoughts whatsoever. And for a long time, I did not share my present moment practice very much because I felt like if I don't have something original to say, if I'm not the guy that understands or knows how to say these things, that I shouldn't be saying them. But then thinking about that a little bit more deeply, I realized where my life would be if every person that I've ever heard say something that meant something to me decided that they were not the ones to say something at that time, and it's exactly what I needed. So that's what we're going to do this morning. For those of you out there that can make use of this practice, fantastic. For those of you that don't, that's fantastic as well. It's just there to help. So a quick exercise that we can go through, and the other reason I want to do it this way is because I feel like a lot of times it's hard to carry, if you attend church regularly or if you have a men's group or any of those kinds of things, it can be a real challenge to take all that goodness that you get and all that nourishment and nutrition and friends and all of that. It's hard to take all of that sometimes out into the rest of your life. It's almost like, okay, I had a great meeting with a friend who told me some things I really needed to hear, and then you get into your day and it tends to fade. So the idea behind this is, at some point, if you want, you can take this 5 minutes that we're going to go through. I'm actually going to time it so you can boil it down to the 5 minutes. But take this 5 minutes, go through this exercise, and use it as a tool so that when you get into those moments throughout your day where you need to refocus on something or you need to reframe a challenge that you're having or something along those lines, then you can reference back to this and you can pull out this 5 minute exercise, go through it, and I can guarantee you it'll change your life. Now, what I say isn't going to change your life, and what's in this 5 minute exercise isn't going to change your life. Everything that you need to change your life is already inside. What you're going to do is you're just going to chip away some of the excess so that it can come out. Okay? So we're going to go through a quick 5 minute exercise. And again, you can take this exercise. I'm going to talk through it as we go through it. But then once you go through it a few times, or if you reference back to it, then you'll realize that you can go through the steps in the exercise and you don't have to hear my voice kind of coaching you along. But as we do it this morning, I'm just going to take this few minutes and coach you along a little bit to give you some crumbs to follow so you can start to kind of lead your way through the exercise. Okay, so the part about this exercise that's also going to be interesting is everything that happens in the present moment. Everything that unfolds in the present moment. And so as we start the exercise, for those of you that have joined the show this morning and you're commenting, sharing, and doing all those things, go ahead and as we start the exercise, reply in the comments section to the very first question. And the reason that becomes important is if you can put something down in those sections, in that very first question, then if someone else comes back later and they need that 5-minute exercise to help them address something that's happening in their life, it'll be good to see the other people that are at that time joining them. So they may not even see the broadcast now, but when they do, they'll know that there are some other people that have those same things. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm actually going to start my timer. We're going to do this. 5 minutes will change your life. Josh, are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay. Noah, are you ready?
Yep.
Born ready. I like it. Emily, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to take 1 minute and I want you to ask yourself if there's anything that you worry about, if there's anything that concerns you, or if there is a life condition that you have that you would like to be different than it is now. So for example, you may say, well, I'm worried about my business, or I'm concerned about my child going to summer camp, or any number of things. Or if you have a life condition that you would like different, I'd really like to trim a couple of pounds, or I would really like to be more focused at work, or whatever it may be. Just really think about what worries you or what life condition you would want to have different than it is now. Okay, now take the next minute and I want you to ask yourself why. Why did that thought come to your mind? And what is it about that concern, if it's a concern or a worry, what is it about that worry that makes you worry? Why would you worry about not having enough money or whatever it may be? Ask yourself why that thought came to your mind and what it is that you think if that situation were different, what impact that would have. I'm worried about my child driving across country on a senior trip. Why? Because I'm worried something may happen to them. So start going through and ask yourself why that thought came to your mind and why you would worry about it. Or if you say, I'd like to lose a few pounds because that's a life condition that I'm not happy about and my life would be better if I did lose a few pounds and these are the reasons why. Ask yourself those things because it's important to find out why you're asking yourself those questions. Okay, next minute, I want you to become the silent observer. I want you to separate yourself from that life condition and realize that you and that life condition are separate. And I want you to step back and become the silent observer. So if you're worried about your child taking a trip across the country for their senior trip and you're worried about that, step back and realize and look at that evolution as the silent observer. Imagine yourself above your body about 15 feet looking down at yourself and observe you going through those worries or those concerns or those actions and become the silent observer. The next thing I want you to do is take the fourth minute and spend that 1 minute in complete acceptance of everything as it is right this minute. That life condition that you wish were different, accept everything about it as if you chose it. That worry or concern that you have, be the silent observer and also accept everything about that life condition as it currently is. If you would like to drop a few pounds, realize that you have to accept what your current situation is. Accept it fully. Okay, once you've accepted it fully, accepted the situation that you have at hand to deal with fully, then take the last minute and be completely present in this moment, right now. What you'll find is if you're able to bring yourself into this present moment, and if you're with us right now, live, you're watching this in the present moment. But if you watch it later, when you watch it, it will unfold in your present moment. Realize that if you ask yourself, what am I worried about? Why am I worried? You become the silent observer. You accept all of the conditions surrounding it. And then you are present in the moment with that. You'll realize that the only time that you can have any impact whatsoever on that life condition is going to be right there in the present moment. So if you find yourself in a situation where things are changing, or you're having a hard time figuring out how to get things put together, or you're struggling with different things, just always remember, within 5 minutes, you can go through and you can look at your life situation, you can accept it fully, you can become present in the moment, and that's when you can start making those changes that'll affect those life conditions. So in 5 short minutes, you can change your entire life. Have a great day.